Uncomfortable Convos. It's your boy, the one with Scarface, your boy Scarface, and I want to welcome you guys back to always, again, every week, new episode. This one is going to be a little bit delayed. I almost didn't get it out. A lot of stuff happened this past weekend, and so it kind of was about to delay the whole podcast episode, but I was still able to get it out. It's late, but hey, we still managed to happen. Mainly because I really wanted to talk about this subject. But anyways, before we get into that, wherever you guys are listening to this, give us a 5-star rating, thumbs up, wherever you're at. If you're here from TikTok or the Instagram, what's up? Subscribe, follow the channel, the podcast channel. We bring you great value, just like this podcast and many, many, many other podcasts. So shout out to everybody. And May 1st, shout out to Naughty Science. May 1st is the drop. If you're listening to this, this is Monday, and this Thursday, May 1st is the drop of Naughty Science, okay? And we're going to go live, and we're going to be just celebrating. This is an accomplishment. This is an achievement. So make sure you guys tune in. I'm going to be live. I'm going to try to go live as early as possible on Thursday, so definitely tune in. So I'll probably, again, I usually go live at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, but I'm going to try to go live earlier. So, but this podcast episode is, 10 strong reasons why it's important to cut off negative people, even if it's friends, family, or your partner. But before we get into that, we're going to get into how deep will you what was it? How deep will you go? That's what she said. So the first one, icebreakers. What is the first thing you think of people notice about you? I think visually, like physically, the first thing is probably not just my scar, but a lot of people do get intimidated by me for some reason. Meaning, like, it's the eyebrows. For those that know, the Cortez family has really prominent, dominant eyebrows. It looks like we're mad most of the time. We're really not mad. That's just how our eyebrows are. And so I always think that somebody thinks I'm upset or mean. And it's funny because when I talk to people, they're like, "Oh, I thought you were gonna be like stuck up a little bit or mean." No, they're like, "You're one of the nicest persons ever." It's the eyebrows. I can't do nothing about it. Maybe I have an RBF. I don't know. But definitely, if you guys ever see me out, chat with me, talk to me. I'm always happy to say hi to you guys. Even if, like, I'm not saying, like, come up to me and notice me. No, even if you want to have a conversation there about something, let's have a conversation. You have an issue? Let's talk. I've always liked the whole Post Malone interactions. And so that's what because I love that. When I see Post Malone, someone sees Post Malone, they're like, hey, and they talk with him. Yeah, he talks with them. He talks with you. It may not be forever, but he has a conversation. And I love having conversations with you. So don't be intimidated by the eyebrows. So the second one is confessions. What was the happiest point in your life? Ooh. Happiest point in my life. That one is a difficult one. Because I've been happy a lot. And of course, nobody is perfect. So obviously that goes up and down. Have sometimes been happier than others? Absolutely. Is there one that really sticks out to me? Not really. And the reason I say that is because the older you get, the more experience you have in life, the more you've experienced, and the more you appreciate things. When I was I had my happy times when I was in my teenager years, right? But then at that time, you would yell at your parents, you would say stuff to them, like you would get very upset. And now, like me being 36 years old now, it's a whole different, like, I talk to my parents, I respect my parents, I listen to my parents, and I told you, like, there's a bunch of videos where I talk about is that obviously everybody comes and goes, but to me, it's scary that time is closer than what it was when I was a kid, right? Because we all have an expiration date. It's just a matter of time, right? And so I would always say it just, you can't be like, oh, I was so happy back then. You should be happy and appreciative right now. You've made it this far. Maybe you're not where you're at, where you want to be at. Maybe that's not the case, but there's so many people who pass away. There's so many people who don't even get to make it this far, to see this far. And we're here right now. If you're listening to this podcast, you are here. There's a lot of people who died yesterday, the day before, the week before, months before, constantly right now as we speak. But you're here listening, enjoying a podcast. And so I think the happiest time is knowing that we can still stick around with our loved ones for a little while longer, right? So would I say there's the happiest point in time of my life? It's probably right now. Talking with you guys. I've grown this platform, which took time. My relationship with my parents is a lot better. Siblings too. Some siblings. But you know what I mean? Like it's some family too. Everyone's grown. I feel like we shouldn't be like, I can't, I wish I could go back to this time. No, we should just be happy and appreciative where we're at right now. Okay. All right. So the last one is getting deep. That one got deep, I think. Who has had the biggest impact on your life and why? There's multiple people for multiple reasons. I hate just trying to pick one, because the reason I said it's hard to just pick one, because you might have learned something from someone, and then you learn something else from somebody else, and then somebody else, right? And they've all been impactful. Maybe if you didn't learn this thing from this person, you would have never learned these lessons from this other person, right? So that's why it's difficult to say just one specific person. Like I've learned a lot through just like mentors, some family members, parents, because they all teach you what they know whenever it is that you need that information, right? Like for example, now that I'm doing work with Heath, the amount of business stuff that I learned from him is incredible, because he's freaking smart as fuck, to be honest. Very smart in the business world. And I learned so much, and how can I say what I'm learning from him is valuable as somebody who, pushed me to do something, pushed me to go to the gym, pushed me, like that was valuable too, because without that push, maybe this wouldn't happen. Everything is like, a domino effect, right? And I think the biggest thing should be like not choose one person, because we all have maybe one that's helped more than others. I've always said like there's obviously like my parents, Troy and Brandy, friends and family that if you know, you know. But there's been people who push me to do certain things, and how is that not valuable? For example, there's somebody who told me to make the questions for TikTok video form. I thank her all the time, because she's the one that pushed me to do it. Imagine if she would have never pushed me to do it, we wouldn't be here, and this wouldn't have led to this wouldn't have led to that. You know what I mean? So what I'm saying is, do I find her, the information she gave me, the push she gave me, not as valuable as somebody else who, who pushed me along when I was doing my business? That wasn't valuable? No. I think what we should do is make sure that you have those people around you that are gonna not only like push you, but also like bring value to your life. For example, like shout out to my little brother. He just got like actually signed, not a freaking ambassador thing. He actually got signed with Kill Crew, which is the weightlifting, kickboxing, clothing brand, fitness brand. And I was telling my buddy about it, and I said I want nothing but winners around me, or people wanting others to win. Like, don't come around me because you think I'm going to give you something that's going to help you win. I can connect you to the right people. I can give you the motivation. I can be that. Like, if I know somebody that can help you, I'll introduce you to them. Hey, talk to this person. Hey, do this. Hey, do this, right? Like, I'm more than happy to help, because I want everybody around me to win. And so if you're around me and you're not that type of person, you're probably not going to be around me very much. I'll still hang out, but I'm surrounded by winners, hustlers, grinders. That's who I love to surround myself, because they motivate me, right? So I think it's more, how many people do you have right now? Like, I want to switch that up. How many people right now do you have around you? Take a look at your friends. Count your friends in your hand, however many it is. And what value do they bring to your life? Say there's a buddy who you guys only go out to get drinks. So you're saying that he's the only value he's bringing you is like maybe a distraction, a good time, to spend money. Like, Is it moving your career along? Is it helping you grow as a person? Probably not, right? You know, what about this person? What if this person is hustling? You really don't hang out with him because he's always hustling. And so you're just like, I really don't like to hang out with him because every time we get together, he talks business. That's the person I want to be around. Hey, you can't hang out today. Cool. When you gonna be when you have time? Because I like to be around you. And then pretty soon that person's gonna be like, well, shit, this person likes to hustle too. Why don't I just invite him into my circle? You know, because this is the type of people that I need around me, right? Because people come and go. Not everybody's gonna be not everyone's gonna fit your mold. So that's what I'm saying. Like books have said it, motivational shit has said it. You know, you're the average of the 5 people you hang around with. And I want hustlers, grinders around me, successful people. And if you're gonna be around me, I'm not gonna give you anything. Be like, here is your career, here is your pathway. No, I can just help push whatever it is that you're trying to do. Oh, you're doing this? Hey, bro, I know this person. Let me connect you. You know, see what you guys can do. I don't know. I'll make an introduction. Cool. That's it. You take it from there. Because I'm the same way. If someone makes an introduction to me for something, I'm like, boom, how can I make this work? What can I do here with this? You know, maybe this is a slow relationship build and eventually leads to something else, right? So that's the type of people you should have around. So if there's only one person around you motivating you or like making an impact in your life, you might want to reevaluate the people around you. Okay. But let's get into this podcast episode because I know a lot of you people are here for it. 10 strong reasons why it's important to cut off negative people, even if it's your friends, family, or a partner. Number 1 is that they drain your energy. Negative people constantly complain, criticize, or play victim. Their energy infects yours, leaving you emotionally exhausted without you even realizing. And it's so true because even Joe Rogan says, he's like, negative people are cancer. Don't want them around me at all. You bring negative vibes, you're gone. Because have you ever been around somebody who's negative, who's always down, wants to bring everybody else down with them, always is complaining about shit? It's like, bro, like you always complain. Like, are you ever happy? I've never heard you say, oh, yeah. It's always like, oh, they think they're all bad. Oh, they think they're all cool. Oh, this is pretty dumb. This is a pretty dumb area. Like, why are we here? Always complaining about something. Because say you're all happy and ready to go out somewhere. And you go somewhere and then Debbie Downer over here just ruins the mood for everybody. And you're just like, well, fuck. There goes the mood. Or they get in a fight because they got demons going on in their head. They get in a fight, ruin the whole night, and then people catch charges. Now you're in fucking trouble just because Debbie Downer over here, right? So a lot of things like that can happen. That's why people who drain your energy, get them away from you. It doesn't matter if it's family member. So many people are like, oh, but they're family. No, I don't give a fuck. Some of the people who drain you the most is family. And you just want to use that label. Like if they were family, they would have respected that and also treated you great or also tried to fix themselves. And if you told them to. And if they're family, they should be family enough for you to bring it up and be like, yo, this is why I don't want to hang out with you. This is why like we ain't going to be talking because of this. That's your family, right? You should be open to talk about stuff like that. And then even people around you, like your friends, pay attention to your friends, okay? Pay attention to your partner if your partner's super negative. I get these TikToks all the time, people talking about how negative their partner is. Always mad, always yelling, always upset over something. And that affects you, affects the kids, affects the people around him. I guarantee you a lot of people around that person don't want to hang out with them either. Tell you that right now, okay? So definitely be careful about the people who are around you because they will drain your energy. And then the more you let them stay around you, the more they're going to drain it. You know, some of these people that been around negative people, especially in relationships, by the end, they're just done. They're fed up. They're just whatever. This is going to be horrible forever. We're just stuck here. And you even talk, like, why won't you make something? Just whatever. We're done. You know? No, they just give it up because their energy is just so depleted. It takes so much effort to try to make something work or even get out of the situation. They've accepted it. Absolutely not. So again, negative people, once you catch that on, it doesn't, I've said it again, I'm going to re-emphasize it. Doesn't matter if it's your friends. It doesn't matter if it's family or your partner. If they continue to act in that behavior, gonzo. I'm the same way. Friends, family, or partner, negative vibes. Why do you think your boy's single? Low key shot? No, not really. All right. So the second one that I have is they block your growth. You can't grow if it's tied to people who hold you down. Fear, doubt, and toxic behaviors. Growth requires being around those who uplift you, not weigh you down. And I talked about that a little bit earlier in the podcast. People who uplift you, that's the people I want around me. I want this person here because they're positive energy, positive. I'm not requiring things from people. Just give me your positive vibes, your positive energy, motivate me, support me, and I'm going to do the same to you. And I want the same from a partner too. Support me in what I do, and then, I'm going to support you. And that's why I don't understand, like, if you don't feel that dynamic with your partner, you might have to go. If you don't feel, even like, I mean, there's more to that, like connection and stuff like that. But if your partner is not supportive of lifting you, the person who is around you at all times, the person that vowed to do these things for you is not doing it for you, man or woman, guys, I know guys are listening to this. The guy viewership is going up. If your girl's doing the same thing, it doesn't matter. Okay. There's other girls out there that will treat you like a king. You treat them like a queen, they'll treat you like a king. But sometimes what happens too is like this relationship has just gone to shit and it's going to be very difficult to save it now. Okay. So definitely they block your growth. I don't want somebody who's blocking my growth. If I feel like I'm not growing with them, either like if it's friends, we cool, but I'm going to be doing my thing over here. You might not see me that much. If it's family, same thing. Like if you're blocking my growth, we cool, we fam. But I'm gonna be doing my thing over here, right? And then same with if your partner, if they're doing the same, I probably wouldn't be with them if they're blocking my growth. Because if I felt like my own partner is blocking my growth, we out this bitch. Okay, that's definitely not gonna happen because I'm glad when people are around me, they tell me that I motivate them to like hustle, grind. And I try to give them actual actionable things that they can do. Not just, there's a lot of people out here just blowing smoke. Oh, you can do it. Why? Because I said you can. Because I said you can. Instead of being like, what is it that you do? Oh, you do this? Hey, look, I know so-and-so over here. Hey, I'm going to introduce you to you guys and see what you guys can do. Maybe you can ask him some questions. Maybe you guys can connect. Maybe you guys can do something. Who knows? I don't know. Boom. And then also, if that's not going to work, like say it's not me, put yourself in those rooms. Put yourself in these networking situations. That's where you meet some of the best people that you need to meet. Even if you have to pay to get into these rooms, don't be afraid to pay. Oh, they're just charging me. No, it doesn't matter. If that group of people is the people that you're looking for, your demographic, your target market, whatever the case it is, pay to get into that room. Oh shit. Like for example, Patrick Bet David's going to be there. Oh, it costs this much. If I can try to have a conversation with him and people around him, maybe like slowly start building a connection there. I think that's a great investment. You ask me, that's a great investment. So don't be afraid to put yourself in these rooms, free events either. Don't be like, oh, well, it's a free event, I'm not going to go. No, go. You never know who you might meet there. Maybe you've gone to like 10 events and haven't met anything. You're not going to meet somebody at every single event, depending on the event that you go to. But you might meet somebody else out of nowhere. You could be like, damn, like we connected, So definitely, it's all about growing here. They influence you. They influence your mindset. Your environment shapes your thoughts. If you're surrounded by negativity, over time, you start thinking negative too, even if you are naturally a positive person. Oh, oof. I felt that one because this has happened to me in the past. You think, okay, they're negative. They'll probably get over this over a period of time, right? No, but they continue to be like that. They continue to be negative. And then all of a sudden, you don't notice that you're being negative. You're also, because that's what happens when you're with somebody for a long time. You catch on to their behaviors, their tendencies, their things that they do. And so have you ever noticed, like when have a partner, you start doing, maybe they have a saying and you start saying it out of nowhere because it's fun. You like doing it. You like the person, or they do something and you start doing it. the same thing with negativity. Okay, like if they're naturally a negative, and I caught myself, I was like, why do I feel like that? Like that, ick. I don't like to feel like that. So that's why I had to part ways with that, and and especially this is why, again, going back to the people who surround you, the people who are around you, you have to make sure that it's the right people who are gonna give you a positive mindset, a hustler, whatever type of mindset you're looking for, not somebody who's a negative person or not even in the mindset of growing. There's a lot of people out here that I look at freaking Instagram stories and Snapchat stories, and I'm just like, you're doing the same shit you were last year, the year before. Like, when are you gonna, like, do you have people around you that are being like, yo, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Like not too long ago, shout out to my boy Chris over in Cali. He called me. He just to check up on me. Hey, what you up to? What you doing? Like, he told me what he's doing. Like, we're just like connecting. That's the type of people I want around me, is that just a quick check-in. Not even like, hey, I need anything from you. Just saying how are you? What's up? How you doing? And I was just like, hey, I'm good, just doing this. And then that's the type of people, because they care enough to reach out just to check in. Okay. Even if it's a quick text message too, it doesn't have to necessarily be a call. So definitely your people around you, make sure that they're that type, and not that you have to tell them to do it. Right. So the next one that I have is create unnecessary chaos, drama, arguments, guilt trips, toxic people thrive in it. Peace becomes rare, and you allow chaos to have a permanent seat at your table. And that's true. Like, when you let stuff in like that, for example, I've been around people, maybe they were the negative person, maybe it was somebody else. I know now, if they bring this person, I'm probably not going to go. For example, there's this dude out here who, again, I don't hang around with people who have sexual assault cases, with a minor. Like, that's a no for me. Or like, what was it? Like the pedophile, right? It's a no for me. Somebody wanted me to meet somebody, sexual offender. I'm good. He actually got convicted for good. I don't need to meet him. I don't want to talk to him. I don't want nothing to do. Because imagine, like, you're hanging out with this person, and then somebody else is like, isn't that the person that did so? Why is he hanging? Mm-mm. Because I think about, like, people's daughters, my nephew. Like, what if a guy, because even guys touch little boys. Like, if somebody were to touch my nephew, I'm telling you right now, not only would I do something bad, but I guarantee you his dad, Gio, shout out to Gio, would destroy this person too. And you know what I mean? Like, and so why would I want to be around that? So definitely pay attention to, hold on. My phone is ringing. My bad. John. He's calling me right now. So definitely pay attention to that. I don't hang around with those type of people, because that's negative. And and you've seen them too. Like, when you go out, I remember back in Idaho, I went out. Some people had invited me to go out with them. Cool, whatever. But this dude over here kept getting, like, in people's faces. They bring chaos into your life. And now guess what? His drama, it's going to go two ways. If I don't help him because I got invited by these guys, now I'm in drama with them because I didn't get their back. Or if I do help, then guess what? These other people I didn't have drama with either. Now I have drama with them because of this person over here causing chaos. You see what I mean? Like, it just, those type of people, like, when I go out, I don't go out to fight. I go out to have a good time. And if, like, shit starts to pop off, I'm out. And if it's people who are around us, either I'm going to talk to them and put them in check and be like, yo, like, if you be doing that, you ain't going to be around me. Like, I'm just telling you, because I'm not trying to be around none of that. I'm not trying to get in a fight. I'm not trying to invite you when I have a group of people that maybe you don't know, but now I'm just like, hey, these people are cool. And then you guys start fighting, or like you know what I mean? Like, I just don't want that drama. So if you're that type of person and you're around me, I'm going to check you. And if you don't fix it, Ta-da for those people that are like, oh, that's probably why he doesn't talk to me. Like, I just don't want none of that drama. I hate drama. I'm all about hustling, grinding. Of course, you can't avoid all drama. Drama does happen, but that's not my vibe. You know, that's why like back in Idaho too. At anytime I would go out, when I would go out, is I would leave early because I knew what time shit started to pop off, and so I was like, yeah, no, fuck this. I'm out at this time. So definitely pay attention to that. They limit your self-worth. Negative people often tear you down intentionally and unintentionally. Constant criticism and lack of support can make you doubt your value. And this is why it's important. Say you're around somebody, your partner, whatever, and they're constantly, that's why I get upset at some, not only partners, but parents, right? I'll get to the parents. Partners, like, you're like, hey, I want to do this. And they're like, why do you want to do that? Why do you want to go back to school? Why do you want to do it? Why do you want to start a business? And they start questioning, because I'm trying to grow, I'm trying to do this. A lot of people like, I didn't pursue my goals and stuff because they didn't want me. They said I didn't need to do that. No, like that stunts your growth. I'm a person who loves to grow. And if I'm not growing, I'm probably going to get depressed. Because that's when I feel fulfilled, when I'm constantly doing something, right? Constantly working. It's late right now. I'm recording a podcast for you guys because I know it brings you guys value, and I love doing this. You know what I mean? Like, so don't let somebody limit your self-worth, because in a previous relationship, my lives were an issue. Some of the things I said were an issue. And you could slowly start to see me like tone things down to the point where people were just like, like he's kind of not the same. And as soon as the relationship was over, I was right back, and people were like, we missed it, Edgar. And I was like, I can't let that shit happen. I can't. Like, because I let somebody limit me, like my happiness, just because their insecurities. So that's why. So, and number 6, they stunt your opportunities, whether it's new friendships, relationships, jobs, personal breakthroughs. Toxic people can sabotage and discourage you from stepping into your next chapter. Absolutely. Imagine that's what I'm saying. Like, sometimes when you go out, you just met these people, you're introducing them to your people, and then all of a sudden like shit pops off because this person is a horrible drunk or a negative person. They're just like, we don't like that dude right there. They can ruin opportunities. You know what I mean? And say like the whole example, like when I went out, dude was trying to fight everybody. They weren't, but like the people, imagine they were like some business owners, some brand owners. And now they're like, no, like, why would we talk to you? You were with those guys who beat up our boy, right? And stuff like that. Like, that can ruin an opportunity, or it can ruin future opportunities. Say I did get their back, started fighting, and I was like, I had a brand sponsorship by somebody, and then now they're like, well, we have to cut it off because we don't condone what you did. And they don't realize it was his fault that you got yourself into that situation, and then you just had their back, right? So they can ruin a lot of opportunities, and even your partner too. There's been some people, I pay attention to a lot of things. There's been some people who, like, even your partner will, you tell them you want to do something and they're like, no. Or say you have an opportunity to do something and your partner's like, nah, I don't want him to be doing that. Or I don't want her to be doing that. And they just like, oh no, they're not interested. Just because their insecurities, their negativeness. Oh, it's not me, it's you. Like today I did a podcast, or not podcast, I did a video. It was this lady, she was a narcissist lady. You could tell right away. The guy that was interviewing was like, well, is your husband happy in the relationship? And she got so upset that the conversation was no longer about her. It was about him. And some people get upset about that. Like, if it has to be me. So like if an opportunity comes to you or to somebody else, they're like, no, they don't need it. Like I had that issue happen before. Like, I had an opportunity to do something, and somebody around me told them that I didn't want to do it. And then later I found out that they said that I didn't want to do it, but I never knew about it. I was like, no, I didn't know. How was I supposed to know if you told them that I didn't want to do it just because out of your negativity, your spite, your insecurities, your selfishness, if someone comes to me, hey, like we want to do this with your little brother, for example, like the one that comes out here, Diego, I'd be like, yeah, like reach out. Like I'm not gonna be like, no, it's not me. Yeah. No, I'd be like, shit, there's gonna be opportunities for me. Here's this one. Here, you have an opportunity right here. Here, boom, here. Like, or if because my little brother's a good looking guy, like if a girl's like, oh, I really want your brother, here. There's gonna be other girls, right? Like, okay. Some people are like, oh, it's not me. Oh, it's not me. Oh, it's not me. So definitely pay attention to that. They normalize dysfunction when you're around toxic people long enough, their bad behavior starts to seem normal, and you might even start accepting less that you deserved elsewhere in life. 100% true. Because you guys have been, or not you guys, but some people have been in those relationships where they're negative, where it becomes normal. Oh, that's just how he is. Oh, that's just how she is. Get out then. Like, I don't want to be around with somebody, like, because I was with somebody who was super negative all the time. And in my head, I'm like, well, that's just how she is. She's a feisty person, a Latina, right? No, she was just a negative person. Always talking shit about everybody else but herself. Everybody else was in the wrong but herself. She would, oh, I'm not perfect, but okay. Like I say it too, like I'm not perfect. I know my flaws. I'll tell people my flaws. Like I'll tell you this is why I'm not perfect, or this is why this. Like, and then you take it how you take it. I'm not gonna sit there and I don't want you to accept it. Absolutely not. Like I'm gonna tell you why I'm like this. And then I'm not saying you have to accept this. I'm like, no, don't accept this. Like if this is not for you, don't accept it. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it normalizes that whole negativity, and where it becomes normal to you, whether it be family. Some people think when I say family, they'll be like, oh, so-and-so, oh, my aunt, oh, my cousin, oh, my uncle, oh, my parents. They'll think of somebody like right away, that person that you first thought of. Yeah, that's a person. That's the person you need to cut off because they're always negative. They're always like, oh, like this and this and this and this and this, right? No, just think about it. Because now you're just like, that's just how they are. No, they're just like that because everyone lets them get away with that. And that's not, they have issues going on with them that they don't want to fix. So they want to project their negativity to everybody else. Have you ever heard somebody like, oh yeah, like they suck, right? Right? They suck, right? Like they need that reassurance that they need you to agree with them. So no. Don't let people normalize that dysfunction around you at all, okay? They slow your healing. If you're working through trauma, building confidence, or pursuing inner peace, toxic connections reopen wounds instead of helping you heal. That's why I'm saying, like, remember why this person hurt you, or remember what got you to the point where you wanted to like cut them off, whether it be like friends or family. Remind you what made you break up with them, get divorced with them, because use that pain. Use that. Remember that. Because, some people, well, maybe they're a good person. You let them right back in, and then all of a sudden they dip out. And then you let them right back in, and they dip out. They hurt you right again. Are they going to, do they change? No. And then some people stay in contact with them. That's why I say, like, whenever I separate with somebody I actually dated, I block them. Because why? This is the beginning of a process, beginning of a healing process. Like if we dated, because I don't want to see what you're doing. I wish the best for you. I honestly do. I wish the best for everybody I've ever been with. But do I want to see you going out with somebody else? Do I want to see you out with your friends having a good time? Maybe you're healed over me, which is good, cool and great, but I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. And so what I do to help me, because imagine like you're going through your healing process and then you see her out with her friends and now you feel a type of way because you're like, she's not even thinking about me. No, you're not going to see me sitting like that because I just don't see it at all. Like my previous ex, some people told me some things and I'm just like, I don't care. I didn't see it. I'm like, if I didn't see it, then cool, whatever. Like, it's not my problem. I'm not trying to get back with her. I think it would be different if you actually see it and you'd be like, nah, I don't give a fuck. Blocked, I'm good. We moving forward, right? All right. So the next one that I have is they waste your time. Life is short. Every moment spent arguing, defending yourself, or managing someone else's negativity is time stolen from your goals, happiness, and true relationships. Which is true, because the time is a huge one, because if you're with somebody and they're constantly being negative and you finally separate, now you look back and you're like, I wasted so much time with this person. Now I'm a lot older. Can I even do some of the stuff that I wanted to do? I wasted so much time. See, like, now you're blaming on that, and you're never too old for anything. Okay. Whatever it is you want to do, you get out there and do it. But they do, like, you could have used those years for other stuff, but you were around this person who is super negative. Like, I'm glad I cut off negative people, like 100%. Was it difficult at first? Absolutely, because you want everybody to be, you want to be good with everybody. There's the people who want to please everybody. There's the people who want to, like, be known as that cool person to everybody. No, some people are going to like me. Some people are not going to like me. Some people are going to think I'm an asshole. Some people are going to think I'm a really cool dude. I'm not here to please. Whatever you take from whatever I project out, take it like that. If whatever I'm putting out, you feel like I'm an asshole, I guess I'm an asshole. If you feel like I'm helping motivating people, I'm helping motivating people. Cool. If you think I'm this, cool. Take it how that's something that I learned too, is I'm not going to sit here and try to convince you. Oh, you think I'm a bad person? Well, why? Do I need to do this different? Or, like, how can I make you think? No, you're one person. There's thousands of other people who think I'm great. You just see me in a different way. Maybe you just don't like me. I don't know, like, what the case. But if that's how you take it, cool. Andrew Schultz talks about it all the time. He's like, in comedy, I'm going to say the joke how I want. If you get upset over the joke, that's fine. You have the right to. If you feel offended by a joke, that's fine. You have the right to. He's like, and if you don't want to like me after that, that's fine. You don't have to like me. He's like, but something I will not do is sit here and try to convince you, because I know where it came out of. I know how I meant it. And if you want to take it this other way, then cool. You can't please everybody. Some people are going to take it the way they're going to take it. I did a video on, like, the whole praying so I don't finish early. Like, the video went pretty viral. So many people are on there. They're like, oh, you're mocking God. Like, this is and that. One, never once mentioned God. Two, I'm just praying. Never was like, praying doesn't work. Nothing in relation to mocking religion, prayers, nothing. People, I gave this example to somebody. I was like, people pray to get off of a murder charge. How come you're not over there telling them, oh, they're just praying? Because no. There's people praying that this girl gives them attention. There's people praying that one day that this girl will sleep with them. Like, people pray about everything. And just because I made a little bit of humor, if it's true, right? God made all of us. Every little inch of us, every ounce, every cell. He gave us a sense of humor. And you don't think he would have chuckled? You know what I mean? Like, come on. So get back to that, is like, don't let people waste your time. Okay. There's a lot of people, you can do so much, and if somebody's holding you back, if I feel like I'm being held back for some reason, whether, like, it's negativity or maybe it's just not the right connection, that, like, whatever it is, it's hard to let go, but you need to let go. It's going to suck because you want to keep everybody around you. But if it's not the right person, like, if they're bringing negativity, whatever the case, sometimes it's better just to, hey, maybe in the future we'll cross paths again. But as right now, I'm doing I can't have you around me. And that's just it. So the last one that I have is they block better people from entering your life. You can't attract supportive, positive people when you emotionally tied up. I don't even have to read the rest, because this one goes back to the people around you. Ever since I've put positive people around me, hustler people around me, you just get introduced to more. You start meeting more people like them because I want positivity, hustling, growth, all this around me. And then guess what gets start attracting to me? Negativity, get the fuck away from her. Oh, yeah. You toxic, get the fuck away from me. You know what I mean? Like you start noticing all these things and you start meeting the right people. I'm not trying to bash on y'all, but there is a lot of negative people in Idaho. Okay. Idaho has a real small mentality. Like they're really small minded because moving to Arizona, and I've talked to other people who left. People I have no idea who they are want me to succeed. They introduce me to people. They're like, hey, meet this person. Hey, like talk to this person. Not a lot of people in Idaho do that. There's a few, select few, mostly because I knew them. They would be like, hey, talk to this person. Hey, but you don't see some random person because let's be honest, some people would look at you and be like, nah, man, that's so-and-so. Like, I'm not going to help them. Like, why would I help him? Because somebody was telling me it's that small town mentality. We're both from the same place, all the same resources. But for some reason, you're doing good. I'm not going to help you do better. No. You know what I mean? And here, like I've seen a whole different change here. It's people you don't even know. And they're just like, yeah, I want to see you do it. I want to see you grind. Yo, you need to meet this person. Yo, you need to meet this person. Yo, you need to talk to this person. You know, and without anything in exchange, because guess what? This is what happens. You bring value to somebody's life. They bring value to you. And that's how it works when you have positive people around you. Like, that's why I said, like, I can bring you value in some way. I can't give you anything. Meaning, like, hey, I want to do something with my life. Well, what do you like, bro? You know what I mean? Like, I can't give you something. But if you come to me and you're like, hey, I like doing this. This is what I want. This is what I want to do. Hey, yo, let me introduce you to so-and-so. Like, maybe they can help. Ask them questions. Maybe he'll connect you with somebody who you actually need to talk to, right? There's only so much I can do, right? You bring value that way. And then if I have like questions, I'd be like, hey, I'm trying to do this. Because I've had the conversation. And they'll be like, oh, shit, you should talk to so-and-so. Hey, like, here, I'm going to make a connection. Talk to them. You get that so much more here. And I'm sure in other bigger cities too. And like when there's a lot more people out hustling, grinding. And I'm not bashing people in Idaho. But I am saying, like, if I mention this and you got upset and you're from Idaho, you're probably one of them because you're just like, oh, no, he's talking about me. You're feeling like that for a reason, you know? And then those people who have helped you be like, yeah, I helped him. Like, shit, he's a cool dude. And I try to help wherever I can. And so that's why I said, like, leaving was one of the best decisions ever because here it's just like hustlers, grinders, and you're just like, hey, like, let me introduce you to this person. Let me introduce you to this person. Let's do this. Let's do that. I see somebody I want to work with. Hey, yo, let's make some videos. And they're like, bet, let's make it. But over there, like, I would ask people, hey, let's make a video. I don't know. Like, what do you do? Like, I'm like, oh my God. So it's that's why, like, a lot of people, I'm not saying you guys are bad people. I'm saying Idaho has a lot of negative people. If what I just said right now, even if you don't live in Idaho, if you've tried blocking somebody else's success because something you said, you didn't make a connection or something like that, and you got upset about what I just said, I'm probably talking about you. If the shoe fits. I am never, hey, they come to me, hey, like, I want to give this person an opportunity. Can you connect me? Here you go. I'm not going to be like, they're not interested. No. Or if I know about it, I'll be like, oh, I'll talk to them. And no, absolutely not. First thing I'm going to be like, hey, guess what? Right? I'm going to try to make that connection because what? Pay attention. You make that connection. And then guess what? They're like, oh yeah, we got connected by Edgar. And then now, like, I know both of them. Maybe later on, they're going to bring an opportunity to me because they'll be like, oh yeah, remember so-and-so Edgar who connected? Yeah, hit him up. Shoot him a message. You know, like, you put value out there, you're going to get value in return. Even if it's not right away, instantaneous, down the road, hell yeah, right? Because when people help me, I want to help them too in whatever way I can, right? If an opportunity comes my way, I'm gonna be like, yeah, if I can help other people with my opportunity, I will. Again, I'm not gonna give you anything, but I can help whatever you're doing. Like if it's just making a connection. So, but the reason why I went on this entire rant is just because obviously we don't want negative people around us. If you have a negative person around you, consider cutting that person off, whether it's family, friends, or your partner. Okay. We don't need negative people around us. Anyways, May 1st, I'm super excited. Don't be negative. Go and buy something. Help your boy out. The reason I started Naughty Science was because I was talking with a sex toy shop. Wanted to do shit for free. They wanted me to do shit for free for a sponsorship, just so they could use me. Like, no. And so it was a stupid argument. And I basically said, you know what? You don't want to do it? Then I'm just going to go start my own. Naughty Science, May 1st, drop. Let's go. Anyways, thank you guys for listening, and I'll see you guys on the next one.